Jim, it must be mixed emotions in there after what was quite an eventful 98 minutes or so of football.
Yeah, you could say that. First half I thought we were really good. We were a little bit vulnerable to the counter-attack at times. But deservedly, I thought got our noses in front with a really good goal. A great crossfield pass from Will Ferry. Lucas Stevenson does brilliant, squares it across the face, and Moltey's there to tap it in. And really pleased for Moltey. That's 2-2 for him. Yeah, but I thought finished the first half really strongly. There was no requirement for us at half time to make any changes tactically or to the personnel. Credit to Derek McInnes, he changed his system. They matched us up. They went at 3-5-2 in the second half, and they caused us a lot of problems. There's no getting away from that. We highlighted the importance of trying to stop crosses in the wide areas because of the quality that Kilmarnock have got with Kennedy and Armstrong, and I don't think we've done that enough today. And when the ball comes into the box, first half we dealt with pretty much everything that they threw at us in the first half in terms of crosses. Second half we didn't. I can't take anything away from the young lad Watson who scores the first goal for Kilmarnock. It was a really good bit of individual quality, but the other two goals are extremely disappointing from our perspective. We don't match the midfield runner. It's a tap in for the second, and then the third one from the wide free kick, it's a free header, comes crashing back off the bar, and okay, they get a bit of good fortune, it lands right to their player, but I suppose I've got to be really pleased and quite proud, I suppose, of the reaction that the players showed thereafter, because I've been involved in these types of games as a player and a manager. When it goes to 3-1, it can very easily go to 4-5, and we showed really good character as a group. The players that came off the bench made a real positive impact, and I felt there was enough time on the clock. We spoke to the guys going on, if we get the next goal then we can still take something. So it was important for the players to keep believing, and I'm delighted that they did. Obviously at half time you're thinking, okay, we've got 3 points in the bag here if we do things properly second half, and then a 3-1 down, of course we'd have all taken a point. So it is mixed emotions. I think most times you come down here, a draw is never a bad result. Obviously the players hate the pitch. Derek McInnes' teams are always difficult to play against. Really well organised, hard working, good energy, good physicality throughout the team. So a point is never a disaster, but at the same time it's the manner of those goals that we conceded that are the real sticking point for us.
There's obviously been quite a lot of talk about making that switch to going 2 up top in the lead up to this game this week. So what was it that kind of made your mind up in the end about going with it?
Well, the positive impact that Dalby and Moult had against Motherwell last week, was very fresh in our minds. Obviously they went on when we were trailing and caused Motherwell a lot of problems and scored a really good goal, the two of them linking up with each other. They've looked great in training. They've looked really good in a couple of friendlies that we've had behind the scenes together. Jort van der Sande is more than capable of playing in it as a 2 as well, but we just decided to give Dalby and Moult the nod this afternoon, and I thought they'd done really well. We knew that they didn't have the fitness levels required to play the full 90 minutes, and Louis took a bang on his knee. We wanted to keep Louis on because we know he's probably the most natural finisher within the group, and when we needed a goal, but obviously he took a bang on his knee, so we had to take him off at that point. So yeah, we've got good flexibility. It's something I've spoken about numerous times in the league already, is being able to adapt to certain moments within games, being able to change system in the build up to games. We spoke about the 3-4-3. We've got the capability to play 3-5-2. In the last few games we've finished games playing with a back 4, so I think it's really important for us to have that capability to adapt, and credit to the players, credit to the substitutions that came on, made real positive impacts, and it's a valuable point.
Maybe get the best out of David Babunski as well, having him playing through the middle a wee bit.
Yeah, I mean, David is more of a natural 10. I didn't bring him here to be a number 8. He's not the most defensive minded of players. So we brought him to the club to be that number 10, to go and support the strikers and play closely to them, and play those clever passes that we know he's capable of. But he has had to play as a midfielder, given as a number 8, given the the injuries and stuff that we have had, with certain players not being quite ready to start games. So but yeah, look, I mean, there was there was a number of good individual performances in the first half, but there's a lot of disappointment in the manner of the goals that we conceded. So we've got a lot to analyse as a group on Monday when we come back in, and we've got to learn from those mistakes, because next Saturday against St Mirren, it's going to be the exact same type of game. Really physical, aggressive team, get the ball forward early, try and get crosses into the box. We're going to have to handle those situations better. It's not something I can be overcritical of, because in fairness to the players, our defensive record up to now in the league has been relatively good, especially dealing with those situations. But today, unfortunately, we just didn't do it well enough.
As you say, when we're looking at the game at half-time, obviously targeting 3 points, but even taking a point from the game was important to stop that rot after a couple of consecutive defeats. Yeah,
definitely. A point away from home in this league is never a bad result. Obviously we came into the game with the mindset of trying to win it, and we believed that we had enough on the pitch at the start of the game to do that. And obviously we got our noses in front. We were sitting comfortable at half time, but like I said, the opposition manager makes a really good tactical decision, changes the shape of their team, and they had us penned back for large periods. So it's a positive result off the back of being 3-1 down. I think the thing I'm most pleased about is the character and the team spirit that was shown by the group. We talk about that type of culture a lot, and never giving up. And as I said, lesser teams might have conceded 4 or 5 here, the way the game was going, but our boys didn't throw the towel in. They kept going. They were really motivated by a great travel and support again, and I'm so grateful to them for. I sense their frustration when it goes 3-1, and I know they're upset, but at the same time, when we get that second goal, the reaction from the away end really encouraged the players, and I'm delighted that we were able to send them home at least with a positive result, albeit we're disappointed not to have won the game.